Okay. We need to do a test. We need to make sure this is working before we do anything else. Because I made some changes. Looks good. Oh yeah, I didn't change these, but this... We should check that. Do I have to restart? No. Yeah, wait, the rating... Maybe doesn't change. Species start at 15. Wait, what the fuck? I don't think that works in that menu. Maybe. Hmm. That updates. This should have been updated. I modded this. Hey, Rugops. Hey, Mutasaurus. Welcome to the stream. Um... Weird. Maybe... I moved the wrong file? I don't know. Or... No, there's that. Okay, I think maybe I edited the wrong thing in the file. My guess would be that it doesn't... Because I just went off my previous edits, but I might have made edits that were wrong anyway. Let me write some numbers down, change this file while I'm looking at it, and then testing mods for the new park build. Just the park rating settings. 14,500. Okay. Formation park build. We're gonna do a park based around different fossil formations. So each exhibit's gonna be based on a different formation from around the world. We're gonna do two per continent, except for Australia and Antarctica, which only get one exhibit apiece. We're building like a real zoo with a few of extra special rules, and we're gonna do skin selection match to the continents. So there's going to be a few little different variables we're going to play with. But yeah, we're going to do a tour first. So let's find your park, Muto. And then I'll fix up the mod and get the ratings correct for the park build I want to do. Workshop. We're doing JP Japan? Is that right? So 10 exhibits, 12. 7 continents times 2 minus 2 for 12. How many will be for carnivores? I think it's like 4 carnivores, something like that. Plus some pterosaurs and aquatics. I'll have to look at my list again. Maybe it's more like 6. We're gonna try some Cohab stuff. It's Jurassic Park Japan. Okay, that's what I thought. It's kind of bad that there's no filter within a creator's parks. Okay, JP Japan. Oh, we can load straight from here. We're also playing with species randomizer, so we don't know which animals we're going to start with in the park either. We don't know which direction we're going to build from, so... And I haven't even decided what biome to do yet either. Needed some small tweaks to the park. Okay, we're starting presumably here at the arrival point. Alright, that's a perfect, oops. Can I, okay, I can do time controls here from this. Alright. Let's start the tour video then. This is the right version, right? You just updated this one or whatever, or do you have a second version? Because you're talking about doing tweaks. Before we, yeah, okay, great. Let's get started then. Time for another viewer park tour, Jurassic Park Japan by Mutasaurus9341 on YouTube. In terms of the, what is that your creator name too? I should get your actual creator name. Let's go to the workshop and show it there actually. You know what? Let's just stop this recording. Let's start over. This is a better place to start. Creator profile, view. here. There we go. Alright, today's video will be another viewer park tour. We're touring Mutasaurus's Jurassic Park Japan. So this is the workshop page for that park. So yeah, if you want to look it up, there it is. And we're going to jump right in first-person view at the entrance. And do our little walkabout normally. So, starting from the entrance, we got a nice little "When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth" banner straight at the entrance, right when you're looking forward, which is great. Everybody is clearly already enjoying the park. Made a shit ton of Asian buildings for this park. I can imagine you had to make a lot of stuff, especially if you don't want to like keep reusing the same handful of styles. I like this. I like the lanterns. That's very nice. It's like walkway. Oh yeah, we can sprint. We could be that one guy who runs through the zoo while everybody else is walking normally. We got a nice little plaza. Ooh, I like the little info booth. Can we go in? Oh, that's sick. That's very cool. Hey, Primal Gamer, welcome to the stream. We're doing a park tour. I got stuck on a thing. Free me. There we go. Alright. Probably check the map once in a while to make sure where I am. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it like this initially because it's fun to just kind of get the ground view. Oh, unpause there. Here's all your employees coming into work for the day. This is as close as we can get. So is this a like a visitor center or innovation center building? I'm just curious what this one is. Yeah, it's a visitor center. Cool. That's a really nice visitor center. I quite like that. Hotel grounds. Gotta go check into our hotel, you know. First thing you do if you get to a resort, right? It's fun to tour these from the ground, like completely blind. You don't know what you're gonna see, where to go. It's like being in a real zoo. Yeah, so this is the end of this section here. I hear animals. Let's go this way. Aviaries. Nice little cherry tree walk. Let's do this. There's our first dinosaur. Protoceratops sleeping right there. A few of them. We won't count the aviary in the back. I appreciate the signage being out. You're working on a drawing for your coworker's baby shower. Very nice. Hopefully it comes out good. Homalocephaly. Like a perfect place for it to be walking to see it from this path. We need viewing paths. Like, these like small, like realistic zoo type exhibits that are just off the path where you're literally just looking with your eyes. The fact that these don't actually work for the guests is very lame. I like this sign too. Like, it'd be great if you didn't have to kind of ruin these small exhibits by putting a viewing gallery on them to have them function in-game. What do we got over here? I see you. Psittacosaurus. We may not have Japanese animals, but an Asian park like this, to use Asian animals makes sense. That's what I figured was going on between the first three animals we saw being all small Asian species. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to me that we don't have a Jurassic or Japan dinosaur in this game. Like, this is the map edge. I like that this is like built out to the map edge. That's fun. 'Cause then you get to actually have the ocean front look like it's part of the park. That's very cool. Just like backlot stuff, probably. Let me in. Yeah, like viewing paths were literally a mod in JWE2. So there's like no reason they couldn't make official viewing paths. It's just a mechanical choice to not do so. Wait, did I loop around? Because we came from here? Yeah. Okay, cool. Double back. Glad Planet Zoo doesn't have that issue. Well, then hopefully they loosen that up at some point. Because if one of their other games doesn't have that problem, then it can't be like a deliberate, like... Well, I mean, it's like deliberate, but it can't be like a complete refusal to ever do that, right? Because they've done it in a different game. Alright, we got an amphitheater. Let's take a peek. I always appreciate a good amphitheater variant model.
This beautiful open-air setting offers a
Can I leave?
to see dinosaurs walk the earth
I can switch cameras.
just as they roam the planet.
I guess I gotta escape. Okay. Like a T-Rex feeding show, you like let it in or whatever and then do it. Makes sense. It would be fun if that was like actually a mechanic. Like you could schedule events to happen like at certain times of the day that would give you like some sort of temporary bonus. So that's an info booth. Let's wrap around this way.
No other park in the world offers an experience like this. The views are unparalleled. The sounds are sensational. The dinosaurs inconceivably aesthetic.
I can hear it. Yeah, we need info signs. If there's anything from PK that, like, from that last Prehistoric Kingdom Park build we did, if there's anything I really, really want to transfer to this game, it's the dynamic info boards where you can change with a simple button push what is on them. Nice red racks.
During most of your tour, the appropriate information will be automatically selected and displayed for you.
Because, like, having just, like, graphics that can be displayed on the board and just a user interface element to switch between the graphics was so good. So they had to make a custom sign for every animal manually. Okay, we got a few different directions we can go here. Okay, that gets us over to the aviary there. Let's check this direction. What do we got here? Ah. They're having a good time taking selfies. I see you over there. It looks like a Leopleurodon, maybe? Save a lot of piece count? Yeah, right? Because instead of having to, like, make an elaborate sign out of individual objects, it would literally just be a singular graphic. Yeah, Leopleurodon. That would definitely help with the console stuff. Like, I think there's a lot of room for improvement from the perspective of console users to be done with stuff like that. Hard to toggle highlight. Oh yeah, for the animals when you're... Is that only when you're in the thing? Let's check it. There it is. It's like a dunk way over there somewhere. A shark tunnel mechanic would be great. Yeah, like especially if it was actually traversable. Like if you could go first person mode and like walk through the tunnel and view a lagoon that way, that would be really sick.
There is nothing quite like feeding time at our marine reptile enclosure. Keep an eye on our...
That's not a marine reptile.
And join us for an absolutely breathtaking display.
What are they trying to pull? That's a fish. Okay, we're close to the map edge there. Wait, was this where we came in? Because this is like the Rex, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the lagoon section essentially. Sodaville. Let's check over here. This fish can breathe outside of water. Maybe he's holding his breath, you know? There's a tower on the Leo viewing dome? Okay, I didn't, should we go look at it? From where? That's the dunk one. Is it, somewhere else? Lungfish exists, true. Let's take a look. Oh, I like that it's one lagoon. Probably need to get off first person mode to see it. Yeah. Oh, so like... Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah, like a tower isn't a decorative object to make the whole thing look different. Oh, that's really cool with like the people there at the tables. That's really nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's very cool. Good shout. Back to first person over here. Yeah, it's too bad you can't like link objects like that or something with other objects to get to them in first person, that you just got to go bird's eye view and see them that way. Is there a path over here? No. Well, we should go this way, because it's where the Dimetrodons were. Makes you wonder how the keepers keep the lagoons clean without getting eaten. Maybe they sedate the animals. Maybe they just don't keep them clean. It is Jurassic Park after all. I could be cutting some corners. Ah, Critter House. Let's go in. Ah, Activity Center. Fair enough. I thought because I saw the door that it could be a viewing thing. Let's see how you sedate a fish. You hit him in the head. The big stick. Okay, we got a balloon tour. I don't know if I've ever
Information will be automatically
like ridden a
selected and
balloon
displayed
tour.
for you. Simply touch the area of the screen displaying the appropriate icon.
Just right behind this guy, like really close to him. Put my hands on his shoulders. I'm like, hey, how you doing? It's a real awkward position. Quetzalcoatlus Kingdom. Ooh, nice. They don't give you a statue, you make your own, right? That's quite good. First date activity. A romantic hot air balloon ride. Nobody in this section. Statue isn't yours, you just gave it some slight modifications. Hey, use what you can find. Either way, I approve. I like the little shop here. Trying to see if I can see the cats flying around. There it is.
The appropriate information will be automatically selected and displayed.
Well, that counts as seeing it, right?
Touch the area of the screen displaying the appropriate
It's over in the corner. You can press C to move around in the gallery. Not in these ones. At least not in that view. We can manually switch. Oh, that's a better shot.
During most of your tour, the appropriate information will be automatically selected and
Yeah,
displayed.
QE, okay.
Simply touch the area of the screen displaying the appropriate icon.
Kind of just circling here. Now it's maybe moving away more. Alright, we got a bunch of stuff over there. Have we... Okay, we haven't been there either. The Bug Dome. Ah. It's a decorative structure made out of like individual panels. I guess so, right? So what is this building actually? Ah, activity center. Makes sense. That's pretty cool though. I think they changed the tour announcer for galleries and viewing domes because of what screen you were touching in there. Yeah, the announcements are kind of stock. They're not the best. Oviraptor. There's the Listros. Some hypsies. And then this is the back of the Citico exhibit there. Yeah, so we already saw those homalocephales. So then we gotta go the other direction. Yeah, I need to do some sort of like cherry tree-esque park or something at some point too, but I can't do it like immediately after this, obviously. I'd just be repeating a lot of what I see here. I think the big thing I want for like my own like Japan park build would be to do it when they actually put out theoretically put out a actual Japanese animal, which is just overdue. It should have been there at release. Okay, so where am I going to get to that other section? I missed a path. Is there a path here? Yeah, off of that. Okay. Wait, where am I? Here. Yeah, so off of the side of the Ketz area, we go this way. Use the rebirth Ketz to think its design fits the vibe of a Japanese park. That's fair. I could see the argument. It's also just new, so like, use it, have fun. Hey, Supernova, welcome to the stream. You just finished work. Thought you'd stop by and say hey. Hey to you. That's a bathroom. That's a bathroom. We see anybody through the fence line? Not really. Ah, Cherry Blossom River Cruise. Well, we gotta ride the River Cruise. Titano statue is huge. I've never actually seen that in game. That's the plan for your next park after Evergreen. Asian species only. Don't know if whether to use traditional types or more modern. I think it's yeah, whatever strikes your fancy. It's Triceratops, Titanosaurus, Parasaurolophus. Stego. Must be everything on the cruise, I'm guessing. Oh, look, it's me! Kinda. Problem with the kayak is it is a bit slow.
Water is clean and monitored for our animals' health. We ask that you do not
Doesn't have turbo mode.
your kayak at any time during the tour.
I guess that's part of the experience. We're doing a park tour of Mutasaurus's Jurassic Park Japan right now. So I am fulfilling the role of a visitor and just riding the ride, seeing what I see. Let's try to overtake these guys. Get out of my way! Eat my dust. I've been trying to catch up on what you missed. So the plan for today is going to be a formation park build later, which is going to be based around different fossil formations and building exhibits out of them. That'll be what we do after we record this tour video. It's a nice scenic cruise with all the cherry trees. Alright, rounding the bend. Any tips on how to make good modular buildings? Not really. Copy and paste. I don't consider myself a particularly good modular builder or anything, so. Yeah, Sinosauropteryx would definitely be a good one to have for an Asian species park. Yeah, it's a nice park. Definitely, like the ambiance of the cherry blossoms and everything. I gotta slowly make my way through the lamp, I guess. Slow pokes! It's just me and I'm overtaking you. Alright, we got a herd of Triceratops coming up on the left. Oh, you can do the highlights? Ah, yeah. But then spoilers. We gotta look for the animals. That's part of the zoo experience, right? Google and Pinterest are great tools for inspiration for building things. I can see that, yeah. Coolest way to add Smilodon is to have Cenozoic creatures added in packs until Cenozoic pack. Maybe. I personally don't want to see too many Cenozoics because I like my dinosaurs. This is, not a shocking take from me. Okay, there's Ankies. But I would be okay seeing, like, Smilodon get added because it is canon. Oh, that's a Theory. I was like, what is that guy right in front of me? Yeah, it's a Theory. I think that's a Dryo there. Looks like some baby stegos in the back somewhere. Yeah, happy birthday, Supernova. I hope it's a good one. Rounding the bend. This guy's Patasaurus is doing a good job. That's a baby Theory? Oh man, I couldn't tell from my perspective. The little guy next to him was the baby. Oh yeah, there we go. You can see him over there following the mother. Yep, that is a baby Theory. Nothing is impossible now. You can put anybody you want in these enclosures with the experimental genes, right? Well, I think the babies still get messed up. I appreciate using the JP Eurotrikes. That's a good call. Very nice of the Apatosaur to just wade in there behind us, giving us a view. Alright, we're overtaking another kayak. Yeah, no problem, Supernova. Yeah, the JP Trike should be a variant, 100%. It currently is a variant in my game right now, actually, because I have a mod I installed for that to check out, although we're not going to use it in the upcoming park build, because I have a plan for skins for that park build that doesn't include using that. Plus, it would probably break uploading a park afterwards, which I want to do, unfortunately. Don't like the male trike, but you love the babies. Yeah, the babies are good. It's just the male that is, like, over the top. Rebirth, Dialo, Dominion Para, 93 trike variants. I agree. And variants do need unique babies. At least if they're, like, the variants have unique anatomy, they at least need unique babies. Like the new Spino, the alternate Giga. Those ones definitely need new babies. Something like the Stego variants, I think, are kind of okay without a unique one. About to reach the other section of the river cruise? Ah. So this loops into a second section? I see. I wasn't sure if that was the exit coming up. Ah, Stegosaurus. Yeah, I love the colors you can put on the 97 style Stego. There's a lot of really good color combos for this guy. Majestic. Nope, and he's out. He just dies in front of us. That'd be terrible. Ooh, Titanosaurs towering above the cherry trees. And an Iguanodon. Ah, back it up. Yeah, maybe the sauropods. I'd have to look at the babies more closely to decide. But yeah, I suppose the Dread baby definitely has, like, completely different posture, right? So it doesn't really match the Frontier adult at all. The posture is a big problem with a lot of the babies in my mind. Good timing on a social animation. Yeah, the tails like whipping above the treetop there is a really good look for the park. Especially from the perspective of a tour, like being ground level like this. Troop of galleys coming over too. I think we've overtaken like 4 other kayaks at this point. The mountains are good view too in the back there. Always love a good mountain vibe. Your first park tour only worked manually for you? Yeah, there's some finickiness with them. We had one that was bugged, didn't we? I think we did a bugged boat tour that went properly sail. Man, the tail animations really make me want like a Supersaurus or something. Like a proper Diplodocid with a tail like that would be really fun. Barosaurus or something, maybe. But also I'm a Diplodocus enjoyer. Or I guess they could give us the Lost World version of a Menosaurus with a nice whiptail like that. Because it kind of has that in the movie since it's based off Supersaurus anyway. Do I think Frontier could do a Titanoboa since they did very well with the Titanosaur tail animation? I don't see any reason why they couldn't do a Titanoboa. I don't know if it fits that well with the vibe of the game, necessarily, but I could see it. I mean, I guess we had Archelon, right? So that's just a prehistoric turtle, if you're being very basic about it, and Titanoboa is just a prehistoric snake, so why not go with both, I suppose. Yeah, how would you have the Titanoboa break out of an enclosure? That could be a problem, unless it's treated like an aquatic and just can't break out. Even if it's like a land animal, they could treat it like an aquatic where it just doesn't have the capability to actually escape. Somewhere here's a nice waterfall. Probably there. I could hear it. Can we sneak over this way, maybe? I guess you could see it actually from the path here. Uh-oh. Yeah, nice little vista off to the side there with the water. Good look. I also like all the plants in the water, make it feel a little alive. You honking at me? Alright, looks like there's the end of the tour. I think we can probably skip ahead to the exit. Let's do that. Oh, I'm out on my own beat. I wasn't expecting that. To just dump me into the exhibit. Excuse me. Coming through. Let me out!
Asegúrense de no remar de forma violenta en los kayaks
That's
para
very funny.
evitar alterar a los animales.
Alright. So we came from that way. It looks like we got theropods over that way. And there's a Utah raptor. Looks like.
Please avoid any sudden movement or loud.
It would be cool if these worked. Is this an actual object or is this custom made? Another Harambe incident? No, I made it out okay. They can't get me.
如果您今日想要投喂动物，请及时用我们。
Can we do the petting zoo in first person? We can.
是的，
Although it's a petting zoo, so the rate at which animals interact with it is not the best. This Notosaurus is thinking about coming in. Another aviary pteranodons, and then 3 pens that have Dilos, raptors, and guanlongs. Okay. Come back, watermelon Notosaurus. I thought he was actually coming in because he did kind of a little hitch in his animation there for a moment. Oh, everybody's over in this one. Quick! There they are. I like that the one just nothing's happening, and then this one has multiple animals in it. I like Notosaurus. It's a good animal. Makes a damn good Borealopelta. Ceratosaurs. Carnivore Safari Tour. Ooh. Yeah, did we see everybody that was in this petting zoo? There are also Pachycephalosaurs. We missed these guys. There they are. Alright. Bar time. At least these can pick up a bit more speed than the boats can. I like that I just hijacked this guy's car. He's like, just along for the ride with me. Yours is not as decorated. That's fine, crowd. No worries. You do what you can. Yeah, I like the way you've kind of incorporated the map border here. It's good. Acrocanthosaurus. Oh, is he down there? Yeah, there he is. There he is. We could try and jump the fence in the car.
Colossal carnivore from the early Cretaceous, Acrocanthosaurus will utilize its powerful jaws to catch its prey before inflicting slashing wounds with its
My boy Carno.
claws.
There they are. You have an open air aviary and 2 lagoons. Fair. We'll probably maybe try out some sort of open air aviary, although they don't feel very realistic, which is kind of the problem. I appreciate the increased size, but like, it'd be kind of nice if you could do the increased conical size with a mesh. Suppose you could like make the mesh yourself. Wait, was there a sign?
Its size, Carnotaurus is a
Or is this still
surprisingly
Carno?
aggressive predator, with its
My turn.
weight and muscular legs helping it to reach impressive speeds as it resolutely pursues its ill-fated prey.
You forget this version of Acro exists? I like this Acro. I know it's controversial for some people, but I like that he's big and chunky. Whoa! We're spinning out. My license should be taken away. Cryo! That's what this is. Cryolophosaurus exhibit.
Long before
They're
Antarctica,
way over there.
frozen desert we
You
know
can't zoom in a car, unfortunately. They took our binoculars away.
the carnivorous theropod Cryolophosaurus, the region's apex predator of the Jurassic.
Technically just sink the interior of the aviary to give more height too? Yeah. We'll probably, in our next park build, do some work on that kind of stuff. Ah, there's a good look at the cryos. Oh god, stay on the road. You're looking the wrong way, dude. They're over there. The other window. That's just trees. Wait, can I drive on this rock? Sorry. Getting slightly distracted by vehicle stuff.
While many know this
Okay.
species as Cryolophosaurus,
We're not gonna go. I was just curious if it would let me
refer to this Jurassic carnivore as Elbasaurus.
go off-roading.
Likeness its pompadour crest,
Wait, that would be kind of a sick park though, right?
icon.
Like a park that's meant to be off-roaded, like you're supposed to jump in the car and just drive around. Yes, that was you, Cryo. You were there in the park. Allosaurs. You were put in jail for getting banned from Twitch. That's what happened. Okay. When you drive like right into the tour depot, it should just snap you back out of it.
Should you require, each vehicle contains night vision.
Successful parking job.
These will allow you to continue watching our amazing
I've jammed up the whole thing. Is that the other aviary we haven't been to yet? You don't know how to upload your park on the workshop? Well, you definitely got to figure that out then. There should be, when you go to save, there should be an upload to workshop, but maybe you don't have an account set up yet. That might be the thing you're missing. Or was this the Ketz one? Because we came in this way, didn't we? Well, let's just do one of these. This is... yeah, that's Ketz. Well, that's a huge aviary. I mean, it should be huge for a Ketz. It makes sense. Okay, so there was the tour we just ran. This was the boat tour. There's the petting zoos, the aviary. So we gotta go all the way back down here somewhere. Okay, so yeah, we never went this way. Wait, no, that's the Protos. We never saw the Dilos, so we got this sector down here. And then, yeah, we never saw the Pteranodon aviary, we just missed that. Okay, so those are not the same. Oops, not the same area. Yeah, I made the queue much longer. Okay, here's... wait. Yeah. This way. Alright, we'll go in on foot, as is proper. Wait, which building was this? Okay, so this was the other side. Oh, so I think I just walked past this. I just straight up missed this gap here. This is Mutasaurus's part, Cryo. Yours was made on Xbox, yeah. It definitely, can make a difference.
During most of your tour, the appropriate information will be automatically selected and displayed for you. Simply touch the area of the screen displaying the appropriate icon.
Oh, I fully believe it's harder on console. You don't have to convince me of nothing. Ooh, a perch point, like right between the waterfalls? That would be sick. Wait, I kind of want to see like a skyscraper with like perch points for pterosaurs. So it's like gargoyles perched on a skyscraper. That would be kind of sick. Random moment of inspiration. Don't know how that would get integrated into any park. Let's find those raptors. So, when we originally started, we started here. So we didn't go south here on this loop. We went around the arena there. Okay, and I think that's all we've missed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because from the entryway, the tour loop is over here. And the boat tour is back there. Yeah, it looks right. Yeah, we saw the berries. Wait, so from here, I can just turn back. Yeah. Absolutely no Asian aviary species. Yeah. When are we going to get Geolopterus back? I overshot it. That's okay. We can off-road it. Don't do this in a real zoo. It's pretty rude. Stay on the path. Okay, wait, that's the hotel grounds. I think I overshot it again. Oh no, I was on the right path originally. Whoops. Don't go to a park with me. I'll lead you astray. This was correct. It's funny to imagine me just sprinting around here from the perspective of like the regular guests just walking around. Like running through the lake. Maximum speed. Alright, Guanlong. An excellent animal. Some of the best juveniles and dimorphism with this guy. Hey Colin, welcome to the stream. You can see his body behind the bush. Oh, there's a good look at some adults and juveniles. There's our raptors. And Dilophosaurus. Would only be appropriate if we couldn't see one. There he is, coming into view. Yeah, the dimorphism bar is not very high, so... It's a good look at two over there, doing their thing. Alright, and then that brings us back out here next to the arena, where we were before. So I think that's everything. Yeah. Very nice park. Some great environmental ambiance with the cherry trees. I appreciate the roster selection to reflect the Asian environment. It's very good. A lot of detail, which is always the hard part. Putting up all these like lanterns and everything takes a lot of work. And I especially appreciate the way like the map edge was integrated to add a little more like to the park, looking into the distance and stuff. Very cool. Oh, and having like little sections like this where like you go from here with like the lanterns and the cherry trees into like this kind of bamboo area is really cool too. Like a lot of really nice custom buildings. I like these little shacks and stuff. These are very cool. Yeah, Asian themed decorations you can download alongside the building. So yeah, definitely if you like the stuff you see here, check out Mutasaurus's workshop page and do a little shopping on the workshop. Grab some stuff. All right. I think we can wrap this up here then. Be sure to thank Mutasaurus in the comments of the video for the work you put in. And we'll catch you in the next video. How long do I plan on keeping the server up? I don't know. For a while, I think. It depends a little bit how much people use it. Like, if it's getting a lot of traffic, I'll keep it up longer, theoretically. But if people fall off and only play for a few weeks, and then suddenly there's only, like, 2 people on it, maybe I'll be less inclined to keep paying for it. We'll see. But I don't intend to take it down anytime soon. Definitely give it, like, months. Alright, so we got to mod the game for our park build. So we're going to exit out here. I need to get my parks settings in place. Yeah, like, I intend it to be like a long-term casual thing. Like, the reason I did 2 streams so close together on the server was because it was new. But like long-term, I kind of want it to be something I just dip into here and there and do some building at night without streaming it, stuff like that, whenever I feel like it, kind of thing. So, not going to be rushing it. Do I have a favorite formation? That's a good question. That's a hard one to answer, because like the easy way to like pick a favorite formation would be to like just pick a formation one of my favorite dinosaurs is from, but that feels like cheating. The like the Yixian and a lot of those like Chinese formations with the incredible fossil detail are really cool, and that's like a feature of the formation, so maybe one of those. Where is my stuff? Let's see. Okay. Anaconda prompt. Here, we could at least throw the modding stuff up on the screen just to have something to look at. Well, that is not working. There we go. The OVL editor works automatically, just the terminal window requires some changes. Okay, so we are going to just inject my modified settings here. So GW3, content 0, main OVL. Takes a minute to run. Tail you're drawing is being a big pain in the neck. Isn't it a pain in the tail? Waka waka. I guess while we're doing this, I'll look over my database settings and see if I need to do anything there. But the database settings are the ones that should be working, because they're the ones that mostly don't work, which is JWE3. That's my tax settings, so those should be good. So we plan on 90% income tax for this park build, I think. That's the plan. We should test that too. Where do you live, Luxembourg? Wait, what drives that comment? Oh, income tax. Gotcha. Gotcha. No, I live in America. It's the income tax is 90% so I can finance the Iran war. A very puffy tail. Ah, yeah, I can see that being more complicated for drawing. Yeah, funding the gambling addiction. I'm just my tax dollars fund the pump and dump schemes, the insider trading. What do I think of the park? I think the park's great. It's fantastic. I like the theming. I like that the theming carries over to the roster. The level of detail is very nice. does a good job of you know, walking around. It feels like a real park, which is great. Okay. I didn't see the progress bar, but it looks like we're good. Injecting files. Overwriting the OVL archive. Boom. Now we gotta wait for it to save and repack. Yeah, the park map's make enough to send 50 billion to Israel. Yeah. Do I think Hammond would be proud? Yeah. Hammond would be psyched to see some more Jurassic Parks pop up. Now you got to do Jurassic Park Europe to go with Jurassic Park Japan. You got to get the counterpart park. You just played that JP Builder Revive thingy. I don't. The JP Builder nostalgia is something I've never gotten. Because I only played that game a little bit and I never liked it. Hot take. So that's one that's always been weird to me. Threw an antivirus warning and like 40 malware warnings. That doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me that either A, it might have malicious code in it, or B, that Windows would just assume it was malicious code because it's fan-generated stuff. Or maybe it's like AI vibe coded and Windows is like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this code? It is vibe coded. I'm not shocked. Half the code says, this fixes it. Great. See, that's how you know my code that I write for like my game and stuff isn't vibe coded, because you read it through and instead of the comments being like, this fixes it, it's like me swearing at myself, like, what the fuck is this? Why doesn't this fucking work? Why did I write this shit? You can't do that in Saga, you get fired. That's why I'm a one dev man. I don't got to answer to nobody but myself. Alright, OVL is saved. We should be good to go. Let's leave that open until we make sure the ratings are working. But we can hide these now on the screen. Yeah, I remember when I submitted some scientific code for archival with NASA, I had to go through and like make sure my comments weren't me like cursing up the storm and shit. I left a few jokes and stuff in my comments for it though, because it's only appropriate. I finally got an excuse to fix your concrete moat. Okay, standard, but we are doing this. Doesn't matter. We're just making sure these settings are working. Currently a dirt moat. Yeah, I'm looking forward to start building enclosures on the server. Better than what you do when you get pissed at a drawing, throw the odd sketchpad here and there. Well, at least a sketchpad can't break, really. Yeah, Hammond would be... Jurassic Park Mars is, I built a... So I did, way back when, just messing around, I was doing a Minecraft run that had, like, maybe Fossils and Archaeology, maybe a different dinosaur mod, and then had Galacticraft. And so I was, like, releasing dodos on the moon. Just populating the moon with dodos. So, theoretically, you could do Jurassic Park Mars in Minecraft with Galacticraft, which would be pretty fun. Okay, none of that matters. 30 species! Okay, so 12,500 appeal. Is that what I picked? Wait a second. No. Wait, how the hell is that? Maybe I did pick that. Because the income is correct. Oh, no, I think that is correct. I think that is what I picked for appeal. I was looking at a different thing. Okay. So yeah, these took correctly. All right, now we got to figure out where we're building. I think we'll do an island generated. And then maybe temperate? That's where they've been hiding the last 400 years. It's the Dodo Refuge on the moon. Oops. Island generator. Because I think we did temperate before for maybe the wetlands park, so it's been a while. Maybe Park Era staff and guests just for fun. Hey Bonnie, welcome to the stream. Okay. We can do high disease. I think we'll do on unlimited lifespan. Although I could do. Wait, was the immortal trait the one that had like they can't be sedated or something? I'm doing good. How are you, Bonnie? Maybe we should just do unlimited. I think we'll do unlimited and we'll turn off juvenile maturity so that we can do, you know, set our populations up exactly how we want them. You love your mom's face when you explain to her that dodos are a modern day animal and not an ancient Ice Age animal. Yeah, a lot of people really don't realize that. Like, the 1600s are not that long ago. Normal escapes, I think. I think we can leave this stuff alone. Oh, which one? Ooh, should we? No, I'm not going to do that in this one. I was going to think we could do the gene randomizer, but I don't think I'm going to do that here. What was the... That's social requirements. Yeah, this is the one. We're turning off social requirements. Fuck this. Like, it's annoying. Okay, contracts are broken. We turn these off. You can't have anything ever resembling a decently difficult park build if contracts are enabled. It's just not possible. They have no cooldown. They're completely busted. Scientist on... It would be fun if you could make task time longer. This is literally just... I wonder if I could do that. I'm not gonna, but I wonder if I could find this setting in the code and just make it like 200% for shits and giggles. I had a conversation with someone one time where they said their favorite Ice Age animal was Tasmanian tiger. Jeez. Mammoths were still around when dodos were alive? Probably, yeah. Because mammoths were, mammoths were around when the pyramids were around, so it makes sense that they would be around when dodos were around too. Off, off, off. Jurassic sabotage. Alright, we're going to do low cache. And then crank these. Color grading. I kind of miss like the movie-based color grading. Because we used to have, like, park color grading and world color grading for, like, that orange versus blue color grading, and that's just gone. It's kind of sad. We'll do default storms, I think. Yeah, Tasmanian tigers they were, like, what, 1930s they went extinct? Like 33 or something like that, I think. Let's remove things people like to add it back later. Yeah, and then people get happy and excited that the thing they liked is back. And that's not great. Okay, so I probably want to do a decent land area. That's actually not that much more land. That's because this is more land. Fair. Yeah, I don't remember the exact year, but I think it was like the early half of the 30s or something. Did it just start raining? Like, did a storm start in the game when I was in the island generator? Is that possible? That's very strange. You never seen this before? The island generator? It's like the best feature in this game. Out of the new features, I mean. Oh, rain in the generator, yeah. This is, I was thinking this was new to me, too. The fact that it's just completely piss and rain right now is very strange. This might work with, like, that little, like, canyon there, kind of. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna wait for the rain to end before I start the part. Actually, I'm kind of curious if I start it, if the rain will still be going. $1936. Okay, I was 3 years off. That's not too bad. Let's do it. You have a question. What is it? Yeah, it is. It is actually properly storming on the island. It is an actual, like, open the shelters, shit is damaged storm. That's crazy. I have never seen that ever happen. Okay, buildable area. Okay, so this is buildable. That's really cool. I like that little section there. We might do something with that. I am popular. You're proud of me. We're not that popular. We still got a long ways to go for this to be sustainable. But it's doing good. I'm happy with how things are. Yeah, I think using this canyon for something will be fun. Okay, let's start the video. Actually, let's shut down Anaconda in the back. There we go. If one day I get popular, don't forget you. Okay. Hulu or British Isle? Yeah, must be. Well, welcome to our new park build, which is based around fossil formations. Currently, there's a storm that started in the island generator, which is a new occurrence that we've never seen before. Very interesting. This is the island we've generated. We've got good building area. We got some fun hills around the outside, and this little canyon here between these two land masses that we can probably do something fun with at some point. All right, so we're going to be playing with a lot of little house rules in this park build. So we're doing 12 paleontological formations, 2 per continent, except for Australia and Antarctica, where we're doing 1 each. And these are going to be basically picking a formation and using only animals from that formation, and then making a single exhibit for that formation for those animals. We're going to be building like a real zoo again. We're going to try to keep the exhibits small and visible from first person mode. We're going to nickname every animal. We're going to give every animal a shelter. We're going to give every animal enrichment. That's the idea. We're going to implement some house rules as if the animals had a little bit extra features in terms of their environmental needs that they don't actually have, sort of. we're theming our skins to the continents. So every skin in this game, you wouldn't know this, by the way, because they removed the database from JWE3. So I had to boot up JWE2 to go to the database to look up the skins to figure out which animal they were based on to see where those animals come from because they removed the database. But yeah, every skin is the same as they were in JWE2, and so those are actually from a specific animal. We will explicitly not be using Hell Creek formation or Morrison formation. We are going to stay away from the really obvious popular formations. Also, we've literally done a Hell Creek Park build before, so that's why we're not doing that. So we're going to be doing some formations specifically to use some of the newer animals as well. Well, we have an Antarctica exhibit, Cryo, so you can probably expect Cryo to make it into the park. Also, we'll be using a few animals as stand-ins for each other, or animals that are maybe dubiously present in a formation. And so we'll get to that. We'll also be exploiting aviary glitches, which I've never done before. And finally, we have modded park ratings. So we're playing for 30 species with some increased income and guest numbers, so above Jurassic settings, and 90% income tax as well. And I've turned off contracts, because contracts are fundamentally broken, as we saw by the 100% income tax park mode. As long as contracts exist in the game, you have infinite money. It's just, you cannot play with contracts enabled if you want any difficulty. It's just not an option. All right, I'm going to let this storm run out and get some starting infrastructure put in, and then we can get going. Oh, also, one last thing. Random dig sites as well, so we don't know which animals we're going to start with. So that'll be fun, too. Nope, we're doing Torosaurus, but we're not doing Torosaurus at Hell Creek. We are doing Torosaurus at... Let me check my notes. Heard you can just fly the Sky Guys from the aviary? What do you mean? Yeah, it's my random dig site mod. I've updated it now. It's on Nexus Mods, the newest update. It works with the Rebirth expansion and the last two free animals, Minmi and Torosaurus. This is not my notes. That's the wrong sheet. Where did it go? Here it is. So... we're doing Frenchman formation. Torosaurus and Monosaurus, Ornithomimus, and Ankylosaurus. Yeah, there's like new aviaries and stuff for pterosaurs, like open air ones, where they don't appear to be contained by anything, but they are still trapped, so they can't just roam the park. That might be what you're referring to. All right, so where are we gonna start? I want to build like a backlot area. Yeah, we get random starting dinosaurs. No, we'll definitely do some shopping for some good, like, zoo vibe stuff. Yeah, actually, let's take a look at the backstage stuff, because that's something I wanted to look at. I want to make it explicitly like a kind of like a backstage hub area to start with. Betting on Dinokairos. If Dinokairos is the starter, we probably won't be using it immediately. Will the lagoons and aviaries count to the total of formation sites? We're going to integrate the lagoons and aviaries we use into the exhibit. So when I say there will be 12 exhibits, I mean 12 formations. Technically, Australia is going to be 2 enclosures because we're going to use a lagoon in Australia and a land exhibit. But we're gonna try and make it look like the lagoon is part of the exhibit. We don't want it to look like it's actually separate. Yeah, airlock building's pretty cool. And we should find info signs for like everybody too. Nemет soft confirmed. Is Nemет on my list? Maybe. Maybe Nemет is. Maybe not. Who knows? It's mystery. Should have said this earlier, but not sure if Jurassic Park Japan is console friendly. Ah, yes, that's a fair point. Could have mentioned that. Yeah, I didn't think to even think about that. I don't really think about the limitations of consoles enough since I'm on PC. Galley Valley, that's fun. I like. Okay, we're just immediately installing the Need for Speed's fine. That's fantastic. Oh yeah, we got the Paleo Zoo challenge installed already too. I remember that from before. And yeah, I was thinking about arrival points. Finding something that actually looks like a ticket booth area would be good. 90% sure Romualdo is going to be a formation. It's like impossible not to use Romualdo. It's yeah. I am excited for that one though, because we're going to try something with it, which I think will be really fun if it works. Okay, here's some backstage stuff. The facade. Okay, so that could work well as like a shelter as well. Because, yeah, I want to try and do kind of like a different shelter for every animal, too. So it's not just the same one used over and over again. Yeah, we're going to try and do a mixed land and pterosaur aviary. We're going to see if we can get that to work. I've never done it before. So I think it'll be fun. Oh, I also had... Well, I don't know if this is the park build for it. Never mind. I had a workshop build I had flagged on my PC because I saw a Reddit thread about it, but... Pretty sure Irritator can't hunt pterosaurs. You put them together. Perfect. If it was going to be an issue, I was going to look into some of the gene stuff. I want to look at various ticket booth options. See if I see anything that catches my eye. This will probably be a pretty slow first episode, I imagine. So this is just like a dedicated ticket booth, which we could use to integrate into some other stuff. What are some distinct JP Raptor behaviors? There might be some stuff, like, if you're talking maybe, like, animation type things, some of the different like calls and things they do in JP3 might work pretty well. Yeah, otherwise you can do like, I don't know, like testing the fences or stuff like that. It would be really fun to see the whole like decoy raptor hunting style thing show up in something. For as much of a, you know, a feature of the Raptors that is in the first movie, it's like never in games. Having the one distraction raptor and the other one's pack hunt off on the sides. Probably more of a thing for a park builder than like Minecraft, though. Galapagos Reserve. This one could be a decent starting point for building something else. Maybe I should like kit bash my own entrance together out of some other stuff. Ooh, that's cool. Five in one grand park entrance. Huh. probably get a lot of use of the amicable trait here. Yeah, we'll need to look at the traits a little bit and think about them. For sure. This is like the first time we're going to actually get a good chance to use them. So. Ooh, I like this little ticket booth. Like with the computers. Like, this is pretty good. I think I want to try and use that, integrate that into more of an entrance. If we could find like a good like turnstile type stuff to combine with that, we might have something. Try such job, big wall. I don't understand. Okay, we got like various like dedicated park entrances for people. Okay, here's just straight up a turnstile. We could make our own, maybe. They don't really go back to that behavior in any other movie. Yeah, that's part of the problem too, is like a lot of the more unique behaviors don't really repeat. The raptors, more than a lot of other animals, kind of feel different in every movie. Like in the Lost World, it's intentional because those raptors are just completely feral, but like the JP3 ones act so differently than they did in the previous two movies. I like that. That's not bad. Ooh, I like this proper other turnstile. Although it's not really like a ticket turnstile, whereas like these ones would have like the scan your ticket type thing. I might make my own. It's a simple wall you made? Oh, gotcha. You were the guy who made that raptor pen back a while? Cool. Oh, yeah. If definitely if there's like predators that we're housing with their prey, we'll need to do something. But I think most of the... I don't think I'm doing that. I don't think that we're going to have any like exhibits where the animals are explicitly hostile to each other. There might be some room for using like amicable or whatever, but the problem with like it's hard to find things, right? Because if you can't just search like wall, right? This brings up 122 things, and if you search like big wall, it just brings up more because this doesn't have proper search algorithms to like combine words. Do I have anything favorited from you, Simon? I don't remember. Excuse me. This is probably yours, right? Big wall. There's the big wall. Will we have decent Triassic or Jurassic rep in this park? Yes. I explicitly wanted to get some multiple stuff in there. I'm pretty sure I tried this before. Maybe it's been updated at some point, but I don't think any of like the traditional like syntax you can do for searching multiple words together actually works in this game. Yeah, see, it keeps being just 270. And I assume if you do underscore, it's going to be looking specifically for that. But, like, maybe people should start doing underscores. Yeah, because that actually gets it to be specific. Actually, that's a really good idea. People who are uploading stuff with generic titles should use, like, underscores to make it specific. Because it does actually really help with the crappy search functions. Go back to entries. Oh, there's I like that there's like look like calculators. Let's install this one and decide which ones we want to use. Yeah, actually it's turnstile without the S. Let's check that. Jurassic Europe? What about Jurassic Europe? Oh yeah, this is the one we used in the Smithsonian build, so I don't want to reuse that one. Okay, you know what? Let's build our own. I think it'll be interesting to build our own entrance. Once the storm ends, at least. Okay. I think we'll put down a placeholder entrance first, because we need to figure out what our first animal's going to be, actually. Oh, Jurassic Europe. Oh, yeah, sorry. I read that as Jurassic Park Europe, not Jurassic Europe. What were my planned European enclosures? I have a Cretaceous and a Jurassic for Europe planned. So, yeah. Okay, so. We also are going to use geothermal power. So maybe we start with that. Geothermal supply. That's the one that doesn't need to be on the path network, right? So we should put this somewhere that feels geothermally. Like, do we put it like up on a hill? Like the very top of a hill feels weird. Maybe off like the side like this. Or I could put it like down in a canyon. Jurassic Park Europe was intended to be a park in the movie. It was one of the parks they were gonna open if the first one succeeded. It's in the background in the dining room scene. You can actually see it on the slideshow. I think I like this big mountain range over here, maybe. We could tuck it in like right in the gap. Although that might be awkward for maintenance, but maybe that's fine. Could be decent. If you're going for zoo vibes, either a creature that's small or a large animal that's confident with the guests, it's not stressed all the time. Wait, for what? Let's put it like right here in this gap. There's kind of like an actual little spot here for it. We'll see if maintenance can get up here to the crater. All right, then we need a backlot area for our lab facilities. So if this is where I'm building most of the park, kind of like around here and in this canyon, I could put it like up here in the corner. Or like off to the side over here. Or I could just put it like here by the geothermal supply, like in this corner. Although I like that lake there, I might want to use that for an exhibit. If I wanted a realistic zoo vibe. Right. What was the... I just missed what the initial... Yeah, I guess just in general. Okay. Alright, you're gonna head to bed. Catch you later, Colin. Thanks for coming on by. I think the backlot area, like this little dedicated, like, outcropping feels like a decent place to put the lab. So let's maybe flatten this out. If I do this shouldn't affect the cliffs. Yeah. Isolated plateau on the top left. Are we talking about like this section over here? I might want to do an exhibit with this because I like the canyon separating it. Cleveland Zoo has lions and elephants right at the entrance. Yeah, I think we're gonna let the randomization tell us where we start. I think that'll be fun. What's my favorite section in JP Japan? Ooh, I feel like I need to go back and look at it again to pick something specific. The boat tour is really nice with the cherry vibe. Definitely like that. What else stood out to me? I mean, a lot of what I like about these kind of zoo style parks is the fact that like the building infrastructure feels more real. That's kind of weird to be the thing that stands out to me the most, as opposed to like dinosaurs. Why is my channel on City Skylines? What? On YouTube? Why would it be? Why would that be? That's really weird. I don't know why that would be, Jose. I've never played that game. Pretty good idea if you decide to make a lagoon, and that is to make it close to the edge so it looks like the place the Moses are fossil. We found in Denmark a place called Mons Klint. We're gonna have one lagoon in this park, and it's gonna be part of a broader exhibit. So I don't know where we're gonna build it or how we're gonna build it exactly yet, but it is gonna be integrated with some land dinosaurs in a way that I want to try to do something that feels real. So we'll have to see how that works out. So let's get our backlot type buildings, starting with maybe a control center. Do I want a custom one? Kind of do. Do I have any good custom ones I haven't used? Ooh, we could do the Site B. I don't think I've ever used this. This is pretty sick. I feel like we got to save this for like an actual like Sorna build, probably. The plans were, so the European exhibits, I'm looking at Wessex Formation and Lorena. What was which one was Jurassic Coast specifically? I am open to change these. You can always convince me to do something different. Like, is the Jurassic Coast its own formation or not? No, Jurassic Coast is kind of just an area. So what formations are here? Almost continuous sequence of rock formation covering Jurassic, and Cretaceous. So this has to be multiple formations then. No Morrison, correct. We're not doing Morrison. I don't want to do the obvious ones. I don't want to do Morrison or Hell Creek. Ichthyplesi, Aten, and Dimorphodon. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to do... Look, I'm a notorious lagoon hater. I didn't want to do too much lagoon stuff. I decided that doing the lagoon for Australia was more interesting. Also, Dimorphodon has another plan for it. We're going to be using Dimorphodon to kind of sub in for an unnamed animal. Will I ever try to make a park build where the location is supposed to be in Denmark? I don't have any experience with Denmark myself, so it would be hard for me to have any inspiration related specifically to Denmark. Never been, doesn't really have an impact on me, right? So I don't know technically like what formations are in the Jurassic Coast. Like, where is the Wessex Formation actually supposed to be? part of the Wheelden group. West Isle of Purbeck and Isle of Wight. Yeah. So Wessex is not part of the Jurassic Coast. Well, anyway, yeah, let's save this building for another time. Lockwood Manor? Holy shit. That is not the place for that, probably. The Alpine one's not bad. I don't know what kind of vibe I want for the buildings. Technically, Baryonyx isn't part of Wessex formation. Well, it's a good thing we're not using Baryonyx then. Because we're not using Baryonyx. Let's look at some stuff. Okay, we got a Rebirth Control Center. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, wait, should we just use the Rebirth buildings for the lab section? Because they're new? I was killing those driving skills on the Carnivore Safari Tour. I was putting my driving test experience to the use with the Y-turns and shit. Let's do the Biosyn build, or the Rebirth buildings. So wherever there isn't one, we'll find a custom one. Because these are new, we might as well use them, right? Then we don't have to like do a bunch of customs. So I'm kind of thinking like a compact compound here for this stuff. Yeah, no Polacanthus, unfortunately, is true. It'll be a small enclosure, Wessex. We should do something different with the path. What should we do? Ooh, cobblestone, maybe? I mean, it fits like the temperate vibe pretty good. Should we do cobblestone mossy? Or we could do non-mossy cobblestone. The tile one kind of is weird. Let's do the regular cobblestone in honor of the Minecraft server. Okay. Only 2 animals that would live there besides it, right? It's gonna be spoilers, Hypsilophodon and Iguanodon enclosure. Because I like both of those animals, damn it. Like my selection of formations is at least partially biased by the animals I like. And by new animals, so those are kind of the two things that are driving some of the decision making. Although maybe we should have a different path here in the backlot area. I think we should. That's disgusting looking. Although that kind of works, right? Like the backlot is not even paved. We just got people stomping around in the mud. I kind of like it, actually. Why did I look like Miguel Prado from Dexter for a moment? What the fuck? What? Ooh, yeah, trees on like the grass parts? That could be neat. Wait, that's... Hold on, I kind of like that. Yeah, because you could just like toss a tree on here. Probably not something that big. Just stick a little tree there. It's hovering. Why are you hovering, tree? I kind of like it because it's like a seedling that just like sprouted on the roof randomly. We could use both Iguanodon variants and have one be Mantellosaurus. Ooh, now that's an interesting idea, Rugops. I'm gonna make a note of that because that is valid. That is kind of what the Dominion Iguanodon is, right? Another Nodosaur you could use in place of Polacanthus. The part of my hope is like Polacanthus comes back to the game before we're done with the park build. Shift, you want them to go in the ground a little deeper? Yeah, we should have just... I just didn't notice it was hovering initially when I put it down. We should put... We can't have just one plant. We need another plant up there. Searching the biome is a better way to get all the plants. Oh no, that's a better way to get all the rocks. Shit. We got a bush. That's way too big. There. I like it. Been playing for almost 45 minutes and only started on the entrance. Welcome to Jurassic World Evolution 3, especially when I start to build that without particular inspiration for how I'm going to build it. All right, geothermal. We need a generator. Yeah. Which won't fit in this gap. Could put it around the back. I think we'll put it over here. What's the other Nodosaur you're thinking of, Rugops? Can I go in the ocean? No. Wait, why does it delete the forest? What the fuck? Terrain too steep? Why does that matter? Are you joking? Wait, that's so lame. Okay, that worked. We got off the mountain at least. Vectipelta. You're so glad you're a challenge campaign enjoyer. Just really wish there was some abandoned, destroyed / ruined maps people make for people to play to rebuild or repair. Yeah, that could be cool. Scenario maps. There's a few, but yeah, there's not enough people actually like building scenario stuff. Be cool if more people were. All right, so I think the plan is going to be throwing down an entrance so that we can see what we're starting with. So a temporary placeholder arrival point is what I've decided. And maybe we even just build a temporary exhibit here first and then move it into its proper place once we're making money. Why did it do a little nub on the end? Weird. There. Take some of my old park builds and kind of make them a little beat up with a few wild dinosaurs and destroyed buildings. Maybe. Probably not something I'm going to rush to do, but it's certainly an idea. Okay, let's start the video back up. After much deliberation, this is what we got. We've got a basic little hub area for our science buildings. This is intended to eventually be a backlot hidden area, but for now we're going to start with an arrival point so we can get animals started. We got a little geothermal generator station here. We're going to do geothermal power for this. And I decided since we're using a lot of the new stuff from the DLC, we should probably use the InGen buildings from Rebirth with this like grass covered aesthetic. We've gotten a control center from the workshop that matches the aesthetic, and I slapped a few plants on the roof because it's funny. To make it look a little different. There's some tree that sprouted there. I think that's cool. Our generator is over here if you follow the path, which for some reason feels obligated to delete the trees. You can actually see where it is because it deletes all the vegetation, which is, why does it do this? This sucks. But yeah, the geothermal generator is up here in this nook on the mountain, which feels fun, but may actually be way too hard for maintenance to get to. We'll see. So yeah, let's go to here. Atrociraptor, Pachycephalosaurus, Dimetrodon, Velociraptor, Gallimimus, and Deinocheirus. Who called Deinocheirus? We did get it in the randomizer. Okay, well, it looks like starting with Gallimimus and Deinocheirus might be the thing to do. If we do that, we're doing Nemet Formation as our starting location. That seems fine to me. Alright, yeah, Nemet. For logistics, $255,000. That might not be too bad. I will take you. Get in my pocket, logistics specialist. I'm not even going to look for anybody else. We're just going to jump right in. Alright. First expedition is away. So, while that is happening, the consideration is if we put in a placeholder exhibit or we actually try to build. Let me think about this briefly. So, Nemet, a Hyperloop maintenance up there? Yeah, we could give it its own dedicated maintenance on the hill. That might work, Simon. We'll see if we need it or not. Gotta run some store errands? Ah, fair. Wouldn't want tree roots all over your geothermal pipes. I suppose that's true. If the pipes are... Because you would want the pipes also probably to be close enough to the service you can do maintenance. So maybe it isn't ridiculous that the trees would be removed. But it's kind of annoying that they have to be removed from an aesthetic reason. Okay, so let's see here. So Nemet Formation... If we were to start, I don't know why I'm looking at a map. I know what the map looks like. If we were to start an exhibit here that we wanted to actually keep, we would do like Asia, and then we could loop over to like, ooh, what if we did this as Europe? Because it's like the British Isles, right? Because it's like separated off. Could be fun. Or maybe this should be like Australia or something. Or Antarctica. Well, if this was the south, should we go to bed? You can see the light. It's almost 5 a.m. Yeah, maybe you should turn in. Getting pretty late, or pretty early in that case. Okay, if we did Antarctica here, we could do Australia over here. And then we would do Asia. Europe could be over here in this like section above this gap. And then like North America and South America, kinda. I could see that. In which case, we are in the wrong spot. So yeah, let's build a placeholder exhibit. We'll just start making money and then we'll build the real stuff. Also, might just have a hatchery over here anyway, so it's probably fine. Big duck in a pond as the opening species would be nice. Yeah, it'll be fun to have early Deinocheirus in a park. Okay. So we can go this way, and we can go this way with stuff. I think I like the park era fence generally. So we're gonna use fence for this. Let's unpause the video. I'll say this in the video. So we're building a placeholder exhibit for our initial start. And then once we've got some animals out and we're making money enough that we feel like we can start to expand, we're going to move them. So I think what we're doing is we're going to lay this park out by continents, essentially. This is going to be Antarctica. And then we'll have Australia like over here on this other side of the mountain. We'll wrap up to Asia over here. And then Europe. And then the New World will be over here on this side. So maybe this plateau is North America. And then South America is this corner down here. That might work. It even kind of has a South America shape to it. Because it comes down to this point. I kind of like that. That's kind of fun. And honestly, the plateau is vaguely North American, right? Because this is like the Hudson Bay. Greenland or something. Coming down to a point again, kind of. I like it. I like it. This plateau is North America. It's decided. I'm committed. So yeah, we'll move our exhibit all the way over here then at some point. And then we'll put in like a new entrance over by the Asia exhibit, I think. So maybe the entrance goes in over here with like the primary visitor facilities. And that'll be where we start the actual guest part of the park. And we'll leave our backlot stuff tucked way over here. We'll put in a path for now, then eventually we'll like hyperloop it so it's not even on like the main park area. We're going to do a lot of moats, I think, in this park build explicitly. I want the park to feel more zoo-like, not just in terms of like small exhibits and how you decorate things, but also in terms of how you view the animals. So we might try and cheat visibility by using hotels so we don't have to use viewing galleries. And then we can do moats with paths right by the moat so that theoretically the guest could just look over the moat and see the animal. Something like that. But for now, we're just going to go with fences because this is just going to be placeholder stuff. So that's fine. This is maybe good. And this like section and gap there. We'll do like this. Come over here a bit. That should work. Very tight space initially, but this shouldn't last too long. We should start making money decently quick, I hope. Especially given that we don't have power upkeep because we got the geothermal. If only we had functioning bridges for Antarctica. Yeah, we'll have to maybe cheat it or do Hyperloop stuff or something. We'll figure it out. We could do like path connections only for places that have land bridges. So we could connect like Africa to Europe and Asia, and then have like hyperloops to Australia and Antarctica. But then same with like North and South America being connected, but only accessible by hyperloops to the other continents. That could be a fun way to do it, maybe. We'll think about it. Well, for now, we just got to get this dig done. Maybe I should save too before we burn too much money. In case I need to... Well, it's Sandbox. If like we run out of money, I can just cheese it. Let's save anyway. What do we call this park? Fossil Formations of the World, maybe? It's like a mouthful, but it sounds good. We are down to $1 million. But that's probably mostly infrastructure, right? We still need to hire more scientists. Ah, we'll be fine. It's JW3. You literally can't lose this game, right? Oh yeah, the Dominican Republic, because of the Amber mine connection, would be fun. I could see that, Muto. How much is the research for Amicable? Good question. 500K and 12 genetics for everything? Yikes. Are any of these, like, realistically... Okay, pretend for a moment this game was hard. Would any of these ever be worth actually researching? Okay, biological immortality is the one that ages extremely slowly but prevents it from breeding. We could try that. No, I think we'll stick with the settings we have. It just makes for a better upload when we're done. Probably amicable. Yeah, I suppose. Like, if you have very particular goals you want to do for exhibits, you kind of just have to use it anyway. Okay, well, there's our first batch. So, a nice rebate on money. That's actually pretty important. Now, one problem is going to be that we're going to get a lot of animals mixed together because we rolled 3 species from the same dig site, which is a little bit of a problem. We can get 78% Gallimimus. Only 47 Deinocheirus, so we got to start with the galleys. Okay. So if I go here, I should be able to check the stats for synthing the galley, right? 3? Okay. So 3 genetics, 3 welfare. Shove all your money-making carnivores together. Yeah, maybe it could be meta. Who knows? A 3-3 genetics welfare generalist actually might be really good right now. That would keep it down a bit. Although 22 upkeep, 1-4 upkeep. So like 2 altruistics is actually more expensive than him, so it is probably better to grab him. Ooh, genetic specialist though. That's very tempting. I kind of want Dorothy. I could do Dorothy and then the altruistic. I think long-term Dorothy might make sense, even though she's expensive. And then we grab the cheapo altruistic salary. Also, okay. Random hot take worker class solidarity moment. Altruistic salary, like, that concept is very ridiculous. Like, she just doesn't want as much pay because she's nice. That's ridiculous. It should be like easily exploited. Traits easily exploited reduces salary. Or like scammed in an interview. All right. Let's get. No, we need the fossils still. Already have them selected. A little bit of Gallimimus action. Now, I think we might have enough to go back to the field. 255. It's probably worth it. Let's just send them back out. In exchange, they begin to unionize. Dude, it would be really funny if that was an event in game, your employees tried to unionize and you could like union bust. You could invest money into like propagandizing them not to unionize. Or just accept it because you're not a piece of shit. It'd be very funny. It's raining again. Let's get some viewing galleries. We're gonna put in 2 so that we can get path capacity up, hopefully. Will we get Therizinosaurus in the enclosure? Will we? Who knows? It would sure make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Be the one who suggested to the Rex to send a message, yeah. Wait, this could be a game. This like a whole dedicated game where you're running a dinosaur park and you're just trying to stop your employees from unionizing. Make the whole thing like satirical. Like ripping on like big tech industry type shit, but it's all dinosaur park stuff. Random question. People want S. mirabilis in the game, right? Why not have things like Aethiovenator with the mirabilis crest? I would like that better, yeah. Rather than having another species for a genus that's already in the game, I would rather they take the elements of that animal and speculatorily apply it to a different species. I think that would be better. Like, I wouldn't lose sleep if they put in, you know, mirabilis as a Spino variant, but, like, having 3 different Spinosaurus would be kind of weird. The next friend slop game. Yeah, make it a co-op thing. Make it asymmetric multiplayer. Co-op union game. You and your friends are trying to unionize while your other friend tries to stop you from unionizing. That could be hilarious. Shit, what was I doing? I was going to do something. Oh, fossils process. That's what we're doing. Okay, Gallimimus. So, Namet is going to be... What skin are we using for Namet? Quillian and Yukon. Okay, so let's talk about this in the video. So, the skins in the game correspond to animals from specific genetic regions. Specific geographic regions. But they're not evenly distributed across all the continents. So there's like an overabundance of the base skin colors that are North American. And then there's obviously not a skin color for Antarctica here. So we're going to have to like shuffle them around a little bit. So what I've decided to do for Asia is Quillian Mountains and Yukon. Because the Yukon, you know, is just a hop, skip, and a jump across the ocean from Asia, right? In northern Canada, kind of makes sense. And then for, where's Quillian Mountains? I don't remember where this one is. Well, anyway, we got to decide which one to use for which. So let me think about that. Look, Kuru for a paleo-accurate size Velociraptor option. Yeah, I think Kuru Kula could be cool. Every white skin for Antarctica. Antarctica is going to be mangrove. We're going to do a mangrove swamp exhibit for Antarctica. For that, you know, non-snowy Antarctica vibe. Also, mangrove was Madagascar. Madagascar geographically was connected to Antarctica. So it kind of works. So where the hell are the Quillian Mountains? That's the first question. Well, my phone is going to die. I'm at 2% power. No, we can Google this before it dies, I'm pretty sure. And the other Asian exhibit is... What did I say the other one was? Oh, the other one is the Shakshimau. The Asian stegosaurs. So, Quillian Mountains, or Killian, or what the fuck ever. Major mountain range in northern China. Okay. So, we've got kind of 2 mountainous exhibits, theoretically, then, or like one like flat and arid and one mountainous. So the question becomes, do we want mountainous for... Dinochirus and Galley and stuff, or do we want mountainous for stegosaurs? I think like a valley, like a mountainous valley exhibit could be good for these guys. Let's do that. I think I like the idea of that. Like, what if we do like a long and narrow exhibit, kind of stretched between some valleys? It could also be like a truck tour exhibit. That might work good. If there's going to be a type species for an Evo game, it should probably be a GWE4 thing. Yeah, like different species for the same genus, you mean? Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to do Quillian for these guys. All right, I've decided our Nemet formation is going to be a mountain valley formation, tying into Quillian being a mountain range in northern China. That's the idea. So we're kind of marry the formation with the inspiration for the skin, right? So Quillian. We're gonna do. Should we do random patterns? Yeah, let's do randomized patterns with a fixed base skin. I like that idea for both the males and the females. That way, we're still kind of able to look through and find ones that look interesting. And then we have infinite lifespan in this park, and juveniles don't age, so we don't need lifespan. So that's just going to be it. Get our first wave out, and then we can finish up the genome for the subsequent waves once we're profitable. Just going to say you love this series. Don't need a fourth one for like 7 years. Oh, fourth JWE game, yeah. I would love to see 3 get like an extra year lifetime over 2, because I think it needs it. Like if 3 has to have a longer lifetime than 2, otherwise what was the point of 3? If it's like shorter or the same. Zack Snyder, Gallimimus, no color, yeah. Like, I do want some variants for some of the animals in the game, just mostly film variants, because it's a Jurassic Park game and it should have Jurassic Park animals in my mind. Okay. So, we got our initial wave. The initial wave is... Wait, they're all Rana. Did these not randomize correctly? No. My bad. I botched it. Did I, like... What did I do? Wait, how did these not randomize patterns? How did I mess that up? Oh, I didn't favorite. I did random favorite instead of random because I didn't want the blanks, but I didn't actually set the favorites. That's what I did. My bad. Whoops. Yell at me in the comments. Tell me I'm a bad man. Okay. Well, we'll just mix up, we'll take like a couple of females and a couple of males, just that way they have slightly different looks to them. These aren't bad by any means. I mean, they're just white and black galleys at the end of the day. I don't think it matters which ones we do, female and male. All right, there we go. Nice set of fossils. More rebates, which are welcome. They're cheap ones, though, unfortunately. Do we finish the galleys, or do we just go straight for the Deinocheirus? I mean, these are only 2s, so we could do like that. Or we throw out the 2 and take in a raptor. That's no good. We could do this. Yeah, let's do this. 442. 700k. Dare I go back? I think we'll go back one more time. Critter House for a formation whose only animals are small. Could be interesting, just like for Australia or Antarctica where we don't have many options, especially. Because it does feel weird with them having only one formation. Gallimimus. Well, there it is. Wow, you got teeth, bud. I don't like you having teeth. Anyway, when are we going to get the Toothless Gallimimus variant? Asking the real questions. Okay, I forgot that you guys need an insane amount of ground leaf for no reason. Brother, come on, man. Oh yeah, I'm overdoing it because they haven't spread. I forgot. I was thinking PK. I was PK brained for a second. I'm like, why are they not growing? Why is it not increasing? Because I'm on PK mode. All right, we got that out of our system though. That's good. Oh yeah, and we got this mod for tiny water, itty bitty water brush. Because I was really sick and tired of the giant water brush. So we've modded that away. You can find that on the Nexus mods on the workshop. Highly recommend it. Wetland slop time. Where is the... Yes. Cypress swamp brush.
A comfortable dinosaur is one that's significantly easier to manage.
There we go.
Keeping them content
Okay.
should be a priority.
Let's get some basic infrastructure in here. I don't think I'm going to customize any of these right now because we are not going to keep them anyway. So we're just going to slap them in. Maybe not to the degree that they overlap with the other buildings. You wish you had that mod for console? Dude, I don't know why the water brush is so ungodly big. It's wild. We also have, with this mod, protect terrain and raise water. So you can adjust the height the water spawns at without having to adjust the terrain first. And you can set it so the water doesn't get removed, or the terrain doesn't get removed by the water and vice versa. It's actually pretty sick. Like using Tempestuous for wetland exhibits since it looks like cypress trees. Well, we got cypress trees right there. But yeah, adding Tempestuous so it kind of blends in with the cypress would be definitely an option. We'll think more about the vegetation and the layout of the exhibit. This is another thing I want to do in this park build. I want to actually make the exhibit itself look like something instead of just a flat land with some plants slapped in. So we're going to try some different designs to the actual like geography of the enclosures. But this one is temporary, so we're not doing anything crazy with it. That's the idea there. All right. Can we support an amenity? Can I start making monies? All right. Green, white, and a little bit of yellow. So green, white and green, a little bit of yellow. Wait. This UI is awful, by the way. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So we are profitable by 14K? What the? Really? We're making that much money already? All right, sure. Income tax is set to kick in early as well. Not just be expensive, but also immediately ramp up to 90% and kick in essentially immediately. So that should be fun. White and green. And this should be you. Terrain brushes get smaller. Why the fuck does water not? Yeah, I just assume it's an oversight. I legitimately just assume, like, they forgot. We should probably pause. Ooh, okay, wait. Let's see where we're at on mine. Who would have thought Gallimimuses would be such a popular species, right? We're profitable. And it's climbing, so it's not even sorted out exactly. Thank you for the follow, JK Boom. I appreciate it. Name him John. Oh yeah, we do need to name these guys. We can definitely name one John. All right, let's start with Galley 4. You will be John, and then we need to like theme the rest of them around that somehow. But I like it. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I think let's put in. No, we should just put in the amenity. I was debating putting in a ranger station first to get photo money going, but these will just make more money anyway, so these are better. Green, white, and white. Okay, then almost out of cash, but we can get a response facility in, so we should. The question is, I didn't really leave myself much space. Can I? Don't like that. I think we can put it there if we move this. Halo characters? That could technically work. Okay, we're just gonna overlap that with some stuff. It's fine. Just build it compactly. Name one of the galleys Tim, because I know the funny code. We could, okay. We can roll with that. John and Tim, and we can name them after Jurassic Park characters, but their first names only. So we can do, like, Alexis. And, well, I guess it would be, like, probably Ellen, but I don't actually know if it is Ellen, so we'll go with Ellie. So, all right. Ellie, Alexis, John, and Tim. There we go. We figured it out. We'll do an Alan when we get some more in there. Okay. And then, yes, I was putting in a ranger station. So I do want to try and, like, nickname theme every exhibit, too. Not just, like... Or maybe every animal, every species will have a theme with their nicknames, I think. So I think that would just be kind of fun. It's gonna expand out the cliffside, and I don't really want to do that. Do I just do this? I think we just do this. It's kind of crap, but it'll work for now. None of this is gonna stay. Well, none of the guest building stuff's gonna stay. And I guess we just put in a gate here. Yeah, it could be other things. It could be Elizabeth, you're right. Let's just leave it as Ellie. Does this tree have a... Does this stump has a hitbox? Why does this stump have a hitbox? That one doesn't have a hitbox there. That does. Wait. It has a hitbox back here, then. The hitbox is way over there. Weird. Anyway. No, I don't want to mix nicknames between different species. So if the nickname theme for the galleys is going to be Jurassic Park characters' first names, then we're going to do that only for the Gallimimuses. Do any of the other brushes have hitboxes? Because this is annoying, actually, to, like, drive through this exhibit. The concrete foliage is very inconsistent. Interesting. Let's go ahead and put in a ranger station so that we don't have to keep up on the status checks. And then let's check our fossils. We made no money. That is not what I wanted to see. I was hoping for maybe another platinum piece or something there would have been nice. Now let's watch the cash. 148.9. Are we actually gaining or losing? Also, we might need a hotel. 145. We're losing money currently. Hey, you on Twitch and YouTube. Right on. Everybody should watch on both. It helps. 141. Yeah, we're just bleeding money. Okay, so. Oh yeah, profit's now negative. What happened? Expenses increased. Why? %90 accommodation. We aren't quite at path capacity. I thought we already had the scientists hired, but maybe not. Maybe this was the ranger team. Let's take a look. Will breeding be a thing or not? Just because it's a cop out for rating. So we're gonna do a little breeding, where I feel like I want juveniles for one reason or another. We will breed juveniles, but they cannot grow up. We have permanent juveniles on. Hey, Tree Tag, how's it going? Okay, so economics, finances. So, income tax kicked in as well. So income tax is sapping away all of our profit. Interesting. Because we saw before when we did 100% income tax that we were never negative because of income tax, or never substantially negative because of income tax. And this is only 90%. This is not 100%, or not supposed to be. So I'm shocked that the income tax is able to actually drag us down like this. I mean, it is less than the combined total income level, so I suppose. Well, we need to get more animals out or we're gonna lose. Do we do more galleys right now? I mean, we kind of have to, right? Just checking that these are correct, yeah. All right, let's do another round of galleys while we can still afford to. What's more of an illusion, Hammond's controller, this game's economy. Yeah. The biggest illusion is this game having economy, I think. Okay, I like the red. Oops. Wait, are they all the same? Okay, no, they aren't all the same. I was going to say, like, we got the same patterns on these two. Like the male and the female rolled the same. The blue is very subtle. Doesn't really do much for me. Yeah, we can do at least one of the Paparanas. Pilo or Letho? Let's do... Well, let's do another male in here. Okay. 75,000. We're down to 25. Ooh, you know what I just thought of? Because I'm at capacity on hotels without having a hotel in. Maybe these extra galleys provide no real income because my park is at capacity. Which is probably true. How much is a hotel in this game? Forgot. 100K. Yeah. And I only make 3,000 from photos right now? That's pretty rough. Yeah, maybe the hotel is what I needed to do. Well, too late now. We'll get these guys out and see if we can make any more money. Hey Lee, welcome to the stream. Hoping for Halo characters to get a baby galley like Arbiter. Yeah, unfortunately the photos just aren't worth enough. And we disabled contracts, so we can't like do contract cheese either. Hey, we might lose a park build. Wow.
Personnel, please stand by for a vehicle return.
That's cool. It only took us setting income tax to 90% and randomizing starting species.
Procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please.
Well, we might lose. Let's jump into the Jeep quickly so we can take a decent picture here at least. But yeah, if we're still in the negative here, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's decent money, actually. I really need that hotel. Is it bad that you can't play this game normally and love playing it modded? Well, I'm playing it modded right now, so no, it's not bad. It's a reasonable thing to do. Well, shit. 27, that's not enough. Okay, we have to scrap something. We're gonna salvage it. We can do this. We kill the hatchery. We put in the hotel. and we see if we salvage the park. Do we have a... We might as well put in the, the InGen worker accommodation. Oh my god, it's so big. What the fuck? Never mind. We're not going to do that. It's way too large. So all you have to do to make JWE3 hard is turn off a core feature and mod the game to have a billion income tax, and then you got it. The game is hard now. Everybody has to walk on the dirt. You gotta walk through the sand. Okay, are we 44 or 41? We're still bleeding. Wait, the profit level is still scuffed. Because now we're at path capacity. Shit. Mods increase the game's replayability. Oh, hell yeah, they do. Okay, what do we do about path capacity? Maybe we can run a path along here and do something. The annoying thing is when you need extra path capacity and you don't have it naturally, it's really... Okay, we did get it. It's really tedious sometimes to try to get it to work and count. Okay, we're up to capacity again. Maybe I should check and make sure that I'm not on like 100% income tax accidentally somehow. I might do that. Let me double check my files. Because yeah, maybe I just botched that somehow. Jurassic World, but the IRS is constantly on your back. Yep. It's the way we like it. If you completely mangle the game's code, it actually challenges you. Yeah. Alright, so... 0.9, income curve, tax power, 1. That should be it. That's like the only file I changed. Unless this was the wrong one. Income tax is weird. This is definitely the correct file. It's definitely the correct line. And yet 90% is still kicking my ass in the same way 100 did, which is weird. Try going back to challenge mode and play normally and you can't. In this game, challenge mode ain't even a challenge mode, so I'm not surprised. Like going back to it doesn't do anything for you. Like, I could always adjust these numbers so that they actually scale up. Because right now it starts at 90% and never scales. Whereas in base game, they start at some percent and scale up to a higher percent. So we might have to do that. We'll, maybe keep an eye on it. We can always reset the cache if we need to. If we decide this is, you know, actually broken and unfair. Well, right now it looks like we actually should be profitable. Because this is slightly above 91,600. So let's just see what happens. We'll let it run until we hit the red or something, maybe. Funny how the coding for custom challenge mode is present, but isn't even an option. Yeah, because it's all the JWE2 code this game is built on. People like to say that JWE2 was just JWE1, but it really wasn't. But this game is just JWE2. Like, all the code is still there. That's how I made random dig sites work, because it's just literally in the game. franchise question was JP San Diego would be mainly an herbivore park with the exception of the T-Rex. Probably not. Maybe? Hard to say. Because like I guess the only other carnivore they had in the camp was Compies, right? Yeah, we're still losing money. Like this looks like 100%. We were briefly profitable before the income tax caught back up. Weird. Well, wait. Now we get this is much higher here. Okay. Let's do some math. Also, my throat is going. We're probably going to wrap this up earlier rather than later. JW2 wasn't even close to 1. Yeah, they're pretty fundamentally different in the finer details at least, whereas like 3 plays exactly the same as 2, just with modular buildings stapled on. So 47,886 plus 74,682 is 122,568. So theoretically, we should be 2,000 out of the hole. And 90% of that is 110,311. So the income tax being 91 is not 90% of anything as well, which we already knew this number didn't make any sense. But we expected this number to be based on the actual profit, not income, which is what it seemed like it was in the 100% park build. But the fact that it's still draining us at 90% makes me think this number is just broken. It's really weird. Let's try to get out of the hole so I can watch the numbers some more. Raptors in San Diego would have been, yeah, a hot mess. It would have been fun. Oh, we're talking Raptors in real, like, in the film universe in San Diego, not in game. Once every animal from 2 is back and delete that game from your hard drive, you like 3 that much? I need, like, custom challenge mode and other features that are missing to come back first. But I think I also have all 3 games installed right now anyway. No, I did uninstall JW1. Out of cache again. Damn. Also, like, long-term, with the modding apocalypse, with Cobra Tools, 2 could be the better game, technically, for modding. That remains to be seen. But... okay, something funky. Oh, we are capped. What if it's 90% of potential profit? It could be that. Like, because we're at path capacity, the game is still income taxing us for the missing visitors that we're not actually making money from. As time went on, GW2 was disappointing for you? I thought it, other than stability, I thought it kept getting better and better and better. We're not going to get enough money from this to actually build paths. Alright. Well, we delete the Expedition Center. That's only 38,000. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save. We're gonna reset the cache. This is the most you've seen somebody look at the economy tab, right? So this park build has entirely become about understanding how the economy actually calculates numbers unexpectedly. So yeah, income 122, expenses 121, profit per minute 1,000 theoretically, except we only ever lose money because we know those numbers lie and are not accurate. Also, that is the death note. A medical incident right now means we just straight up lose. But we're in sandbox because it's all you can play in, so we can have no integrity and just do a little cash reset. The real reason I want to do this is because here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm curious about. When we look at this tab, right? This is supposed to be 90%, and yet all of our money goes out the door in exactly the same way it did with 100% income tax. That doesn't make sense. So the only thing I can think about is the fact that we're at path capacity. And maybe the game is penalizing us for the visitors we don't have. Maybe income tax is being calculated off of what the income would be with our current appeal if we had the paths correctly configured. So we're just getting boned. If that's the case, I don't hate that as the way it functions. It doesn't make any sense, but it does make it more difficult. But it does mean we can't salvage this park build. It's literally impossible because contracts are disabled for us to salvage this park. Short of maybe like deleting everything. But like, that's not good either. So yeah, with that happening, okay, first things first. Can we maybe research better paths? Because that could also be useful. That is under... No, 400 guests needed. We can't do that yet. Yeah, they did mess up territory decay in Jeeps and GW2, but like, is any of that stuff actually really fixed in this game? Because I actually don't know. Territory decay has not been as much of a thing, but we haven't built the kind of sprawling parks necessarily that we built into. Or sprawling enclosures, I guess, maybe you'd say. Where are we going to put medical in this heap? I definitely didn't give myself enough space to do anything here, especially with these paths. Let's just try to get profitable. No, I need to get medical in here. I can't not get medical in here. We have to research that too, right? Operations. Medical is auto research in this game. I knew that. I didn't, but let's pretend I knew that. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out a place to put this. Yeah. What do we do? We could... Okay, so are these guys even happy? I didn't even, like, check. No, 89% comfort. So, we need a little water. We do need a little bit more ground leaf. Okay, then maybe we, like, cut the pen down on this side and sneak past the edge. Although that's going to put me out of range of geothermal, too. Which means I'm going to have to put in a splitter in and play with the geothermal network. Okay. Use Lapena all over again? Kinda. Custom challenge mode update. We got the JW1 maps. I don't know why they never brought back the JW1 maps. It's crazy to me that they never just ported them back in 2 even. Like, I don't know why. It seems like such an obvious idea. Because it'd be fun to have them. It's nostalgic as fuck. Okay, can we fit medical in this little nook? Actually, it's probably a bad idea to do it anyway because of the whole power situation. Let's put it here. I could even put a viewing gallery over here, actually, to get more path capacity. That's probably not a bad idea. Let's do that. Yeah, I don't know why, like, they just didn't bring in San Diego because of what? Like, the amphitheater being part of the map or something weird? Like, it seems lazy. Not just making the change so that it works. Lazy is the wrong term. That seems like the devs were overworked by the C-suite. And they didn't get time to fix up San Diego to bring it in. I think making a true safari park on Sorna's map from JW1 would be cool as a park build. Like the, you're talking about like the original like 3-section Sorna map, or the 93 one that's actually got like the really narrow tour paths? I always thought the 93 one was really interesting for like that particular park build, like that safari style park. There wasn't much else you could do with it, unfortunately. Like, I don't mind 93 Sorna. It's just very limited in what you can do with it, right? Lends itself to 1 or 2 good park builds. And that's all. Nope, not a supply. I wonder, do we think we could get away with 1 generator ever with upgrades? That'd be kind of fun, like a 1 generator challenge. Don't know enough about the system to know if that's possible, though. Okay, so we need to double split, right? So we do a splitter. Then we do another splitter. Then we send 1 here for 1/3 of the power. Then we send the other one this way. Well, actually, is this fine? This is all still powered? Okay, then we don't need the splitter. Just kidding. I was thinking we had so much stuff over there was no way it was going to work, but it is fine, actually. Yeah, JW2 Sorna map was weird. I feel like Sorna's like really underutilized in the Evolution games. Like the fact that we never had a proper like Sorna Redwood map is crazy to me. It seems like so obvious for something to do, and we just never get it. All right, medical. Let's put another gate in. Alright, so we went and put in a little section over here on this ledge with medical, another viewing gallery to stretch out the park a little bit for path capacity, and we're sending a medical now to deal with this. Tuberculosis, of course. Of course. Why would it not be tuberculosis? I need a welfare point. So do we just do staff upgrades first? Probably. Better than hiring a whole new person. Could there be a reason why someone has both tropical and redwood foliage? Like, in-universe, a reason why? Usually people attribute it in-universe to being like a highland, lowland thing.
Have a sick animal in need of treatment. Available personnel.
If we're talking about in terms of like doing a map in game, like yeah, mixing both foliage types is kind of out of the realm of current tech seemingly in the game, but it'd be really cool if it wasn't, and you could actually have like half redwood, half jungle map. That'd be neat. All right. So, staff center needs to be in for this to work. Why is everything so big in the Rebirth building set? We'll put it over here. Somewhere. Somewhere? There you go. Alright, you are my designated welfare person, so you get another point. And now we can do tuberculosis. Wow, I need the whole squad on this. That's real rough. We'll just do it.
Attention personnel.
Okay. Well, now we're taking a hit on welfare too, so... Talking about in-universe, yeah, I think people take it to be Highland and Lowland, but I don't know if there's like an example of anything like that ever in the world. Like, honestly, your best bet probably is to just retcon the biome from JP3 to be like redwoods instead of jungle. Yeah, tropical conifers can exist, but like a redwood forest is like very specifically a California biome. But it's fine. It's a vibe. So yeah, this is weird still. We're like very negative, but welfare is penalizing us. So maybe it'll be better once we take our welfare. But still looking pretty rough out here. Not sure if maybe building anything is going to help either. Yeah, because they don't really care about bathroom or shelter here yet. It's not far enough away for that to matter. We do have a slight transport penalty, which could also be sinking us a little bit, but ultimately it's just the welfare penalty probably. Well, they'll roll out in a minute and start treating it. So we'll come back and check what the economy looks like once they're all treated. Galapagos Islands have deserts and some tropical stuff, but not full-on conifer forests. Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess I don't know for sure that there's not like an example of an island like Sorna, but I saw people discussing it. I mean, people are notoriously wrong about things, so... Okay. Any chance we go profitable? It's not looking good, is it? I mean, again, it does say we're profitable, but like, are we though? It looks like we should actually technically be profitable. If I believe it. Wait, there's no green demand now? Why is there no green demand? Why did these change to not have green? Wouldn't mind if Sorna 93 is given the Southwest USA treatment where you can fly and edit the terrain to make it as you please. That's not a bad idea, yeah. If they did bring back Sorna 93, just expand out the terrain options a little bit, that'd be cool. Keep the layout the same initially, but I could see that working. So, for some reason, all the green guests are gone. So these have actually been poorly set up for a little while, apparently. So we're fixing these now. Then maybe with this adjustment, we will make money that makes sense. Because maybe this is why I was doing so poorly. Like, again, maybe the income tax is calculated upon theoretically being optimized. Oh, this is... This one just doesn't have a 4 white for product. Interesting. But it has 4 yellow. But there's no 4 white here. Wait, we do this? Or we do this? There we go. Okay. Green arrow. Do you see the arrow go green? 1891? Still 1891? 27.9. No, we went down! Why? No, wait, it says 21,000 profit. It's still, like, climbing, it looks like. That was probably a momentary blip of them, like, somebody, like, refueling or something. Okay. Are we making money? No. What happened? What? This looks just like 100% income tax. Why is it still doing this? This is baffling. So yeah, the profit is evaporated again as the income tax raised to catch up with the level we were at. But I just don't know why it went so high. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it there. I'm going to see if I can open up the max tax park build. Let's try that. Thank you for the super chat, Ali. I appreciate it. Finance in the channel. I very much appreciate it. All right. So yeah, if we load this in, let's see if this is also in the negative. Because this was 100% income tax. If it loads. It should load, because this was mostly unmodded. If this one is maxed out, something is very weird with income tax in this game. Well, we might have to get through a storm. Was this our max income tax park build? This was all. Wait, this is. Oh yeah, because these are modded ratings, and we didn't have modded ratings. Yeah. This was all we needed for stars, right? No, this was what it was. Yeah, because these are Leopleurodons. We just had 2 like jam-packed enclosures. All right. Well, let's get through the storm and see the ratings. Shelter somewhere. More accurate IRS activities. Yeah, just taking all my money for no reason. Fuckers. Okay, we've got wiggles. But that also could be storm wiggles. Okay, but the expenses are generally flat. No, the profit now is higher than it's ever been. Yeah, same era formation bonuses and stuff would be cool too. Just like, also easy to implement because they already have variable appeal. Because that was the secret mechanic we did a video on way back when, where the viewing objects adjusted animal appeal depending on the type of animal. You get a higher ratings if you're using the appropriate thing. So like it shouldn't be too hard for them to theoretically add something like that. Shelter. Get these last few things repaired.
Apologize for any inconvenience experienced during our recent handling of anomalous events.
Which apparently includes a gap in the fence. Okay. Alright, so we booted up our old income tax park build from a while back. The ratings, of course, don't match because we modded the ratings to be more difficult for the current park build than what they were in base game. So don't worry about that. What we're looking at is the economy tab, because theoretically they should all be the same. Because these settings here are not modded, so nothing on this tab should be different. So we are currently at path capacity as well. So the real difference here is this squiggle where it stands now. So income tax does appear to be about maybe 90% of what it originally was. Because this was our old profit level, which I think was actually negative, like in terms of real, actual tick-by-tick profit. Because you can't ever exactly trust these numbers. And now it's definitely higher. So this looks to be working. So it looks like whatever it is that's making the income tax feel so high in the new park is specifically early game income tax. Like maybe it's because the park is not optimized on a few fronts in terms of like park appeal or like our guest buildings and stuff. And maybe it'll level itself out and we'll start making a proper profit. So I think what we'll do is I think before next episode, I will go ahead and adjust the income tax. Because we're specifically starting at already 90%. So I think what we could do is we could drop it and start at like 50% and have it ramp up to 90 instead of just immediately going to 90. And that would take care of this. Because part of what I'm doing here with the income tax is I do want to find a value that feels good. That way we don't have to do, random numbers for each park build. We'll have some sort of like numbers, some go-to set of numbers that make the game feel good, make it feel like a Jurassic Challenge mode. So we'll see next time if we can sort this out. All right, that's the end of the first episode. I'm going to get a screenshot for the episode to end stream because my throat is done for the night. I need to get a drink. So I guess we're just doing some galleys, or we could do the building. It's actually kind of fun with the building just on the waterfront. Let's just take a screenshot of both, and I'll decide what I want to do. Oh yeah, don't forget a thumbnail for the park tour video. Good shout. Yeah, we'll grab one of those too before we end stream. So potential thumbnail number 1. Which doesn't really sell the fossil formation vibe or anything, but nothing's gonna do it. Yeah, I'm really want to see this park build get underway. I want to get over the income tax hump and so we can start actually designing some stuff. When do I usually stream? We usually stream starts about 3 hours ago. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 16 minutes today. So that's about the usual start time. 7 to 8 my time. PM. Could try getting like Ooh, if we had a galley like in the corner here, we could get like the ocean behind it. Or we can just do swamp galley. We can just do this guy like right in the middle of all this stuff. This lush enclosure. Alright, alternate thumbnail. And then let's load into Muto's Park again. How is this? Okay, they're down here, right? Yeah. There we go. Seven from your place. Is my Patreon still active? My Patreon exists, but there are no perks to using it. Like, I still keep an eye on it, and like the money does go to me, but you don't get anything. You don't get any tangible benefit by using it. It's essentially a tip jar with just another extra step. It doesn't really serve a purpose. I should have found like more stuff to do with it, but I don't know. Hard to think of what to do with the Patreon. Because it's not like we have behind the scenes videos or like any like longer form content we can throw up there or anything like that, because that's just the live streams. All right, what do we do for thumbnail? I do like the entrance with the banner and like the cherry blossoms. Ooh, wait a second. Can we get the, can we position this in a way... Maybe like that? Because then we got the banner, we got the cherry trees, and we got this building centralized in the background. Which won't look so weird when we take the screenshot. "24-hour stream win." Oh, Jesus. I don't think I have the kind of energy in me to ever do a 24-hour stream anymore. I mean, maybe I could make that work, but I would need to be convinced it was going to be worth it. Alright, that's a contender for thumbnail at least. Titanosaurus and cherry blossoms would be cool too. Yeah, let's go look at Titanosaurus. Are they over here? The duo is kind of good. Ooh, we could do like this, because then you get the ones in the background. I don't like the stego clipping into the Titano there, though. There we go. You even have the balloon? That's pretty good. Or we could zoom in more on these guys. Because then you get them actually, like, walking through the cherry trees. That's also a pretty good look, I think. You'd love to stay, but you gotta go? Oh, no worries. We're just about done here. I gotta go, too. Yeah, I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much again. We'll save that one off as well. What about from this side? Because this is the sunlit side. See, I feel like the tree line was better on the other side. Also, them being like in shadow is not bad. I mean, one of those three will work pretty good. Stone Troodon thumbnail when? Did we do that one? Or did I take that screenshot and actually use it for a thumbnail? Could also get up close and personal. His big brown eyes. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we'll use one of those three. All right, I'm going to wrap up the stream then. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. We'll probably do 1 or 2 Minecraft streams this upcoming week as well. Definitely do Minecraft on Wednesday for sure. So dopey? A little bit. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. You just gave me an idea. The 7 dwarfs is a nickname for one of our animals. Like, we have 7 of them, and they're, like, dopey and sneezy and shit. That'd be pretty good. I'm writing that down. Nicknames, 7 dwarves. It's got to be something small. Like, what if we did it for the Aqualops? Dopey, sneezy, whatever the hell the other ones are, as Aqualopses would be pretty funny. Anyway, yeah.